Hello everyone, this is Anna and I'm going to teach you American English 5.3 lesson 4a. The topic of this lesson is failure and success. Failure, that you can fail, for example, your exam, you can fail something in your life. Yeah, so failure can happen for everyone, but you don't have to be worried about it. You must continue working on whatever you are doing right now. So failure and success. Yeah. So grammar of this lesson is can, could, and be able to. Where can I use can, where can I use could, and be able to can be used in different situations and different tenses. So the next part is the exercise of the grammar and also the reading that can be completed with all these phrases. As you can see, let me show you. A part to G can be written in these 1, 2, 3 to 7 blank parts. So, learn to dance, the topic of this picture. Next is scuba dive and speak Japanese. All of them are something that you can learn. You can learn in your life, yeah. Or sometimes you can succeed and sometimes you can fail in all these things. And next part is pronunciation and the last part is speaking. As I told you before, you must do it yourself. Speaking part is on you. And let's get back to our lesson. So the first part is grammar. As I told you, can is about ability. Yeah, that for example you can do something like you can swim, you can like scuba dive, you can speak Japanese, you can dance, you can for example play piano, you can play the guitar and something like that. What can you do in your life? What special things can you do? Can you speak different languages? Can you drive? Can you drive? Or something like that. So ability and possibility. Yeah, so ability, توانایی, and possibility. So I can speak 3 languages fluently. The example of this grammar is speak. So after can, pay attention to that. We must use speak like the tense of that is simple. Yeah, base form of the verb can be used after can. You don't have to use, or you cannot use like I can speaking. Yeah, like ing form of the verb, no, is forbidden. So the only tense that can be used here is base form of it. So Jenny can't come tonight. So can't again is the negative form of can, and can't. Yeah, can't, or can't. In American form, the correct pronunciation of that is can't. So the end of that is changed to can't. So Jenny can't come tonight. She's sick. My cousin could play. So could is past form of can, or sometimes is formal way of saying that. Yeah, like in question form you can say could you please open the door, is formal, is it can be used in question form. They couldn't wait because they were in a hurry. So again, couldn't is negative form of could and past form. So the last example is started with could and it is in question form. Yeah, as you can see, the please is coming at the end of the sentence. So could you open the door for me, please? Or could you please open the door for me? Yeah. And be able to again is used plus base form of the verb. Like look has, or lock, I don't know, this is the name. So look has been able to swim. Has been able to swim. So has been able to. I'd like to be able to. Different tenses can be used here in be able to. Present perfect and also present continuous here. after love, we use ing form, as you know, as you remember from the first grammar of the lesson. So I love being. After love, always use the ing form of the verb. So I love being able to. You will. So you'll be able to. Fortunately, I am able to. My colleagues weren't able to. Again, so past form, simple past, weren't able. So I am able, I was able, you were able, you weren't able. Okay? So you are able, you were able. And we change it to past form. So we sometimes use be able to in present and past instead of can and could, usually if we want to be more formal. So be able to is more formal. Pay attention to that. It's very important, and if you're going to take an IELTS exam, so it is really important to use different grammars and in different ways. You can talk in different ways. So sometimes you can say I can swim and I am able to dance. Okay, so in one sentence, in one for example paragraph, you can use I can, I could, and also be able to at the same time. All right. And then here there is an exercise. There are two parts in this page. So A and B. So if you don't have any problems, you can do this part. So you can pause the video and then start it again. And I will show you the answer key. All right. And next part again, you can pause the video. Do it. All right. And there is an answer key. Go to page 34, and in page 34 there is again a grammar. If at first you don't succeed, you will give up, blame your parents, destroy all the evidence that you tried, do it the way your mother told you to, skydiving is not for you. Okay, what kind of person are you? Do you give up? Do you blame your parents? Give up means ترک کردن. So for example, you quit something. پس آیا شما آدمی هستین که ترکش میکنین اون کارو اگه موفق نشین؟ blame. آیا شما مثلا خانواده‌تون رو blame میکنین، میگین تقصیر اونه، تقصیر اینه؟ destroy all the evidence that you tried. destroy means ruin، نابود کردن. do it the way your mother told you to. اون کاری که مادرتون میگه انجام میدین. skydiving is not for you. For example, you are gonna learn scuba dive or skydiving, and then you don't succeed. So you say skydiving is not for me, so I quit it. So what kind of person are you? I've never been able to. Present perfect. I've never been able to. Really, خب I was able to is part A, part B not being able to, part C I just wasn't able to, part D I will never be able to, part E I would suddenly be able to, I've always wanted to be able to, we would never be able to. هر کدوم که فکر میکنید اینجا به گرامرش میخوره بذارید. در نهایت همه be able to هستن، فقط تنسش مهمه، اینکه گذشته، present، حال. خب really wanted to learn. اینجا گفته چی؟ I really wanted to learn. من خیلی دوست داشتم یاد بگیرم. Maybe it was because of that scene in one of the very first James Bond movies where a beautiful actress comes out of the ocean looking fabulous with oxygen tank on her back. پس در نهایت چی گفت؟ اینکه فکر میکنه که خیلی خوشش اومده از حالا اون فیلم جیمز باند که یه خانمی از دو اوشن یا اقیانوس میاد بیرون با یه اکسیژن تانک و که پشتش گذاشته بوده on her back. I could see myself looking just like her. من میتونستم خودم رو ببینم مثل اون. So 2 years ago I booked means reserve a vacation that included که شامل میشد a week long intensive course. یه کورس فشرده 1 هفته‌ای. On the first day of the course, اولین روز اون دوره I was incredibly excited. من خیلی هیجان زده بودم. First, we had 2 hours of the theory ما 2 تا تئوریامون رو 2 ساعته داشتیم. And then we went into the ocean to put it into practice. Put it into practice یعنی تمرین کردن. Put it into practice که تمرین کنیم. But as soon as به محض اینکه I went under the water رفتم زیر آب I discovered that I suffered from claustrophobia. من متوجه شدم discovered means understand that I suffered که من از مشکل کلاستروفوبیا رنج میبرم. کلاستروفوبیا از محیط بسته میترسه. خب جواب پارت یکمون چی میتونه باشه؟ I do it. پارت یک is part C. I just wasn't able to. من متوجه شدم که توانایی اینو ندارم to do it. After about half an hour بعد از 1 ساعت I gave up. من ترکش کردم. Every evening for the rest of my vacation I had to listen to the scuba diving classmates talking about all the wonderful things they had seen that they on their diving excursion. Excursion همون سفر یا مسافرت یا تفریح، مسافرت‌های تفریحی هستش. همش مجبور بود به همکلاسیاش گوش بده که داشتن راجع به اون تجربه های wonderfully که داشتن صحبت می‌کردن راجع به اسکوبا دایو. Part 2 is B, not being able to. Number 2 is part B. Not being able to join in the conversation was very frustrating. خیلی بد بود که نمیتونستم join بشم بهشون. I still love swimming. هنوز swimming رو دوست دارم. And snorkeling. Snorkeling همینه که میذارن توی دهن بدون تانک و بدون اکسیژن تانک میرن پایین. But I think that I have to accept that part number 3 is part D. I will never be able to scuba dive. خب باید قبول بکنم که من هرگز نمیتونم اسکوبا دایو بشم دیگه، اسکوبا دایور بشم. Learn to dance. Number 4 is part F. Part F, I've always wanted to be able to. I've always wanted to be able to dance salsa. همیشه دوست داشتم سالسا یاد بگیرم. And when I was working in Ecuador, there were free classes. اونجا تو اکوادور رایگان بود، کلاسای رایگان بود. So I joined. من join شدم. But the art of salsa is to keep your arms still. بچه still اینجا معنی اینکه بی حرکت نگه داشتن. And move your hips. پس میگه که دستاتون رو باید بی حرکت نگه دارین و هیپ یا اون پهلوتون رو تکون بدین. And just couldn't do it. نمیتونستم انجام بدم. When I hear music, my arms start moving. برعکس میشه. وقتی که میشنید دستاش تکون میخورد but my hips don't. ولی بدنش تکون نمیخورد. After about 10 hours of classes, خب number 5 is part A. I was able to do the basic steps. من تواناییشو داشتم که بیسیک اون استپ های بیسیک رو انجام بدم. But I was dancing like a robot. من مثل ربات حرکت میکردم. I didn't give up. من ترکش نکردم. But soon everyone in the class was dancing and I was just slowly moving from side to side and counting out loud. من بلند میشمردم 1 2 3 4. It was بچه out loud یعنی بلند. I was a little embarrassing. من یه ذره خجالت زده شدم. I was a little embarrassing. Embarrassing یعنی خجالت زده. خب داشتم یعنی خجالت میکشیدم چون با was اومده اینجا ing گرفته. I was sure that one day, number 6, one day به نظرتون چی میتونه باشه؟ part E. I would suddenly be able to do it. But that never happened. هیچ وقت اتفاق نیفتاد. I can still remember the first 2 steps. من هنوز 2 تا استپ اول رو یادم میاد. And I still try to dance when I hear a salsa tune as long as بذارید اینجا ببینم چیه. Nobody is watching. وقتی تا زمانی که کسی نگاه، این as long as معنی تا زمانی که کسی نگاه نکرده من میتونم برقصم چون همون استپای اولیه رو فقط یاد گرفته. I love manga Japanese comics. خب کمیک های ژاپنی میشه مانگا. And I tried to learn Japanese but I found it incredibly difficult. به نظرم خیلی سخت بود. I found something گذشته find and I gave up after 2 years and after 2 years he gave up And I think Asian languages which have symbols instead of words are extremely hard to learn for people who are more used to Roman letters. من چرا تا الان زومش نکرده بودم. Also, my teacher, a Japanese woman, didn't speak Spanish very well, which didn't help. She was a very charming woman, but she was a little disappointed with us. Disappointed here. Let me show you disappointed. Yeah. ناامیدانه. And you could see that she thought that, what do you think about the answer of number 7? Number 7 is part G. And part G is, as you can see here, we would never be able to is the answer, and we would never be able to do it. Yeah, to learn. However, به هر حال, one day she invited us to dinner and gave us some delicious traditional Japanese food. And since then, بعد از اون, since then, I often go to Japanese restaurants. So I learned to love the food. یاد گرفتم که غذا رو دوست داشته باشم. If not to speak the language. خب پس یاد گرفت که غذا رو دوست داشته باشه حتی اگه نتونه صحبت بکنه. Okay. Let's get back to our lesson here. That's the pronunciation part, and let me pronounce it for you myself. So pronunciation, sentence stress. So as I told you before, sentence stress is really important because you are pronouncing something very stronger. Yeah, so stronger. The more stronger you talk and pronounce the word, so the more attention people to that word. I'd love to be able to ski. Yeah, so love, able, and ski, all the three words are important here. So we won't be able to come. So won't be able and come, all of them are important. I've never been able to dance. So never, able, and dance, all of them are important. So she hates not being able to drive. Yeah? So please repeat it after me. I'd love to be able to ski. We won't be able to come. I've never been able to dance. She hates not being able to drive. Okay. And right now, there is the last part of this lesson. And here there is a speaking part. As I told you before, this is on you. You must do it by your own. There is no teacher here that can correct your mistakes. So you are correcting yourself here right now. You can talk in front of the mirror. You can, for example, record your voice sometimes, yeah, to correct yourself. And you must listen to your voice again and again, over and over, to self-correct yourself. Something you've tried to learn but have never been able to do well. So there is a sentence here that can be completed by you, like you can make a paragraph about yourself, about this topic, something you learned to do after a lot of effort, something you can do but you'd like to be able to do better, something new that you would like to be able to do, and something you are learning to do and that you hope you'll soon be able to do well, and something you think all young people should be able to do before they leave school. Let's show you the example of this part, and you can use this example. So I've never been able to ski. That's about the ski. Yeah. So, and now I don't think I'll never learn. I always wanted to learn, but I don't live near mountains. So there was an example that you can make your sentences like that, and try to use the grammar of this lesson about all these phrases. So that's the end of this part, and I hope you've learned it. And if you have a question, you can put a comment for me, and there's nothing else. So bye bye.